Hey everybody! It's done. The race is raced. Um, it's been a long time since I've done a video from here. It used to be with a tripod, and I've got no idea where that is. So you've got we're back with Wibbly Wobbly Cam. Been a while. Um, I just want to say thank you very much. First and foremost, I think we've ended on £360 raised. I was asked to raise 20. I initially said we could do 10 times that. I then went and said, no, we'll get £300. And then I panicked because we weren't near £300. But some last minute donations from actually some family and colleagues, as well as two anonymous. So apologies, I can't thank you by name, anonymous and anonymous. But I can't even remember everybody. Chris and Martin and Jim, all from my work. My dad, my former sister-in-law, Julie, and my completely forgotten what relations they are, niece and nephew, Adam and Sophie, sponsored me, which was really sweet, really great surprise. That was wonderful. A few other people who came up as anonymous as well. Thank you very much. It meant a lot to me. The money means nothing to me because I don't get it. It all goes to special effect, but that will change their lives. It's not only the equipment, but it's also therapists use this equipment to help with the children. The controls can be used for so much more than just video games. They can be used for all sorts of different things that they do with these controllers, and the development continues and continues. But you can find all that out for yourself on the Special Effects website. I shall leave a link as always. As for the race itself, bit of a strange one. I had a terrible night's sleep last night. I'm really anxious, like literally 3 hours sleep, so it wasn't the best of starts. Actually ended up flying out the blocks for the first mile. My app's in miles. I know it was a 10k, so it's 6 miles. So you have to do a bit of converting in your head where I was. At about a mile and a half, so I live in the middle of two valleys, so I went up one side, down, up the other side, and then back round. The first valley climb really was tough, and I trudged along and did it, and then we would go back down the valley nice and quick, and then the second valley climb just sapped all of my energy. I just didn't realise, I'd walked it a couple of times and I tried to run it and I just didn't realise how tough it was running it. So it wasn't the best of times. There were some amazing times posted so far. So 2 people got under, I think, 47 minutes and 48 minutes, which is phenomenal. A lot of people did under an hour, which is a solid pace. I did do it in 1 hour 15. First time I ran it, I did it in 1:24, and the second time was 1 minute 19. So it was still a personal best for that route. But to give you some perspective of how tough it was, when I looked through everybody's runs, most people had an aggregate hill climb of between 40 and 100 feet. In fact, the highest one was 300 feet. Mine was 584 feet. It was hilly. It was really tough. Conditions were overcast, quite windy, and then the clouds broke and the sun came out and it got really humid, which was really tough for my asthma. But by and large, it didn't bother me, the asthma, so I can't really blame that. Just lack of sleep, and probably I picked the toughest possible route, but that's what I do. It still wasn't bad, and actually it's encouraged me to go out and keep running because I want to knock that time down. I reckon I can do that route in an hour somehow. But the 5Ks are just going phenomenally well. They're coming down, so I will keep running, so that's brilliant. Just a huge thank you to everybody, and not just for donating. And like I say, the messages you've left were really inspiring, but also there's been some real heroes. I did tweet him earlier if you saw that, but Craig, I have to call him out. My old buddy Geordie Flash, I just can't thank everything I posted about the run. He retweeted and he liked and he shared and he told people to it wonderful. Mark, as always, has been there, and old Gianni, grazie mille. He's a gent. He always supports me in everything, and to have my family come through at the end, had me worried, was lovely as well, because it just means someone is thinking of you, and of course my family in the house have all supported me, so thank you for putting up my runs and eating dinner at weird times while I go out in the middle of the night and run. Strangely for me, I actually have to step up my training. This is kind of a training block. Still looks like I might be doing this SAS Survival March in, it's called the Fan Dance Series in the Brecon Beacons in September. It's been moved to. That's a completely different beast. It's 12.5 miles with a big heavy backpack. We're talking like 18.5 kilos, plus extra water and this, that, and the other. It's completely different. It's just, you gotta keep plodding, Not necessarily fast. Well, you simply can't run it. There are big sections where you are literally climbing, or it's just too vertical with that weight. Too steep, should I say. But we move on with the train for that, and for that I'd like to thank Dan and Lynn, who I work with, who again have supported me with every aspect of my weight change and running habits and this, that and the other. So they're I swear about you all the time, because I hate what you put me through, but thank you. So there we go. Special Effect, we've raised well over £300. We found out, we had a little meeting afterwards, all of us that did it. It was lovely to again say hello to everybody at Special Effect. But in total, all of us runners, 250 of us across the country and across the world, in fact all the continents. Apparently we've even got some truckers who might be making a little shout out from the Antarctic, would you believe? But we've raised over £30,000, which is absolutely wonderful. And we've had people from Stockholm, from Madrid, all these amazing, just come out of nowhere just to support Special Effects, and that's how worthy they are. So well done, Special Effect, keep going. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for waffling on, it's only going to be 2 minutes and it's been ages. I suppose I better get back to making gaming videos now. Thank you all so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Till next time.